Hey kiddies, it's Terrible Triple Feature time once again, and we conclude Black Awesomeness month with the Black Belt Triple Feature.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
That's right, we're going to be looking at three movies that feature awesome African American black belts slash action stars. Our menu is going to include Black Belt Jones, Blade, and Black Dynamite. This idea was my roommate Higgins's idea, and it was a pretty good one. I like it a lot. And these movies are all really a lot of fun to watch in rapid succession because they play as different variations on blaxploitation themes, with Black Belt Jones being the straight-up blaxploitation film, Blade being a supernatural blaxploitation film, and Black Dynamite being the ultimate of blaxploitation badassitude. Most people are going to know Jim Kelly from the Bruce Lee film Enter the Dragon, in which he played Williams, aka the one brother in the entire film. But he used his success in that film to go into a lot more blaxploitation movies afterwards, including his first and one of his better ones, Black Belt Jones, in which he plays the titular Black Belt Jones, a local celebrity slash martial artist. Jim Kelly was, in fact, a black belt in Shorin Ryu karate. The film follows basic blaxploitation film tropes, in which Black Belt Jones is a local badass and popular figure in the community, and he's called upon to fight the man as they try to ruin the neighborhood. In this case, it's actually his former dojo, or the dojo he trained at when he was a young man. And it's run by Papa Bird, played by Scatman Crothers, with not a very good toupee. It's I mean, Scatman's usually bald in every other thing I've seen him in, between One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, The Shining, and and Twilight Zone the movie. But it's just weird seeing him with any hair, let alone this hair. And he's in debt to bookies, and his dojo is on a very crucial piece of real estate, so everybody's going after everybody in this. And it's weird because there's a lot of side characters in the film, like the loan shark or gambling guy, Pinky, and you end up with a lot of screen time that's not involving Black Belt Jones and Jim Kelly. So it's just it kind of wanders around, but then it comes back to Black Belt Jones, and it's awesome when he has this big heist to steal blackmail photos and money from a local mob boss, involving his highly skilled troupe of trampoline and tumbling martial artist women. It's pretty awesome. And the whole thing ends up in a very extended fight sequence in a drive-through car wash. So, I mean, if that's not enough for you, I don't know what is. Mercifully, though, Jim Kelly is really a lot of fun to watch. You don't see as much of that in Enter the Dragon because, I mean, it's hard not to look at Bruce Lee for everything, and being a horror movie guy, I always gravitate towards John Saxon. But seeing Jim Kelly on his own, very, very charming, and the camera really likes him, and he has a lot of just good chemistry with everybody else in the film, seemingly effortless. He just seems like a very nice guy who can also beat your ass 3 ways from Sunday, which, this is a wonderful thing to make a movie about. And it's almost there's almost some Mr. T-esque antics when after they go through with the big heist, everybody's like ready to celebrate, and Black Belt Jones just goes, "All right, let's all go to McDonald's," and everybody's like, "Yay, McDonald's!" And it's goofy and a lot of fun and martial arts awesomeness. Now, Blade, based on the Marvel comic book character of the same name, played by the one, the only Wesley Snipes, who is in fact a 5th degree Dan Black Belt in Shotokan Karate and 2nd degree Dan Black Belt in Hapkido, which is different from Hip Hop Kido, made famous through the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Blade, like, other than, like, say maybe Demolition Man, I think this features the most Wesley Snipes' martial arts activity. Don't get me wrong, there are a lot of fights in Blade 2, but Blade 2, a lot of things take second fiddle to the visuals and the monsters in that one, whereas this one, there is just a lot of Wesley Snipes beating the hell out of everybody with martial arts, just kicking and punching and throwing and swordplay and wonderfulness. And all throughout, it's just a really good time. I'd forgotten. It'd been a while since I watched it because I tend to just watch Blade 2 because I'm a Guillermo del Toro nut. But Blade 1 really holds up well. It can never be underestimated for its influence in, proving that unknown comic book properties can make a lot of bank. But we have a lot of the same blaxploitation tropes in this one with, the hidden enclave of jerk-ass white dudes running everything, and it's up to the black man to take everything down. The only downside to this is that there's not a lot of African-American actors in here. We've got Wesley Snipes playing Blade, Bashir Wright playing the hematologist Karen. It was really, really good. You don't see enough of her in this. But then you have his mother played by an actress named Sanaa Lathan, and an unnamed guy that helps fence all of his stolen Rolexes and creates his serum alternative to drinking blood. There's not a lot of good representation of African Americans in that one, which prevents it from being a really solid blaxploitation film. But all the tropes are there, and it's a lot of fun. And again, Wesley Snipes kicking things. These are the reasons we go to watch movies. And finally, we have Black Dynamite. And I'm not going to pretend that this triple feature wasn't a long, thinly veiled excuse to talk about Black Dynamite, because I love talking about Black Dynamite. This is still one of my favorite movies, starring one of my favorite action stars, Michael Jai White, who is in fact our grand prize winner of black belts, as he has 7 in Shotokan, Taekwondo, Kobudo, Gojo Ryu, Tang Sudo, Wushu, and Kyokushin martial arts styles. So that's pretty badass. On top of the fact that he's just charming and funny and everything. I mean, you can't play a character like Black Dynamite that straight without being a good time. And once again, I just don't understand why he's not in more action movies. Another movie that might be a slightly better exhibition of his martial arts skills, but not necessarily a better movie, is Blood and Bone, in which he's basically just beating the hell out of everybody. But in Black Dynamite, it's a parody of blaxploitation movies that at times too good of a blaxploitation movie with just bad dialogue, ridiculous production values. Always a good time, and featuring an incredible cast with Byron Min playing Bullhorn, who co-wrote the script, Sally Richardson playing Gloria, or well-meaning do-gooder, Kim Whiteley as Honeybee, Michael T. Williams as Chicago Wind, Arsenio Hall, Boba Abatunde, Miguel Nunez, Cedric Yarborough, Bokeem Woodbine, and a whole slew of other guys playing this random conclave of pimps. And I just never get enough of it. And it was interesting watching Black Belt Jones, because if there's any one movie that Black Dynamite is most specifically based on, it is Black Belt Jones, including phrases like having sex is giving up someone's cookie, and the excessive use of "whee," this noise that Jim Kelly makes whenever he's, being ultra badass. That Michael Jai White incorporated into Black Dynamite. But really liked all the triple features in this year's Black Awesomeness month, except for, the unpleasantness with Eddie Murphy. And I think this is a really good one to end on. And just for future reference, we're not going to get through any Black Awesomeness months without talking about Black Dynamite at some point, so you might as well just strap in. Next month is going to be absolute craziness, because it's basically going to be nothing but Nicolas Cage movies. You have been warned.